I have to issue an apology to y'all on YouTube specifically, because last year, and especially my members only, because it's that I talked a whole lot to y'all specifically when this happened in April, but for a good chunk, especially around January, I've been hinting about a project that I was working on and some announcements that were eventually going to be made. And I made an announcement on LinkedIn. I made an announcement a few weeks ago on Instagram. And I ain't say nothing to y'all. And I'm sorry for that, because unlike those other platforms, YouTube is different. YouTube is different. I feel a bit more connected to y'all. I feel it feels more natural to me because I can just talk. I don't do a ton of editing. It's you know, some B-roll here and there, but it's just me. It's just me, right? And it feels like a lot more authentic, at least to me, right? I feel like I do a lot more work cutting little tiny videos and adding captions and stuff on all these other platforms and spell check and all kinds of stuff. I ain't gotta do that here. I just talk. All right. So anyway, I apologize, because the announcement is that I am writing a book, and I've gotten a book deal, and it is incredible that I've had this opportunity. And I think it is because of y'all that this audience has grown, and nothing is changing here. I intend on keep putting out videos, keep working. I'll still be a financial advisor and all those things. The title of the book is Your Parents Were Wrong About Money, and the premise is that this ain't your granddad's economy no more. And there are several things that are so much or so different than what they were 30 years ago. Buying a house, trying to invest, right? Pensions are not a thing. Should you try and go to college? Because college is more expensive. Like, all of those things have changed from my parents, right? My parents' generation to what they are for me, my generation, and the generation right after me for Gen Z. And all of the books of the past, especially the ones in the 90s, and how they taught about money, they don't fit for what is happening right now and what was happening when I was coming out of college, and what is happening for the kids and the you know, people, the 20 somethings and the 30 somethings that I'm talking to right now. And you guys know that I've been in the finance industry now for 16 years, and a lot of what is going on is because they feel behind, right? I say this in a lot of videos, like, hey, if you feel behind, you know, we need to talk, so on and so forth. And that's true. That is true, because a lot of people are like, hey, at this age, my parents had a house, they had a car, they might have had 2 cars, they had this, they had that, and I don't feel like I am there. Why don't I feel that way? And it's because things have changed, but the rule book has not existed until now. So that is what the entire premise of the book is. So I got a lot of work to do. That's what I'm about to do right after I cut off this video and post it and all that. But that is what I've been doing in the background. So my bad for not telling y'all, because this is usually where I post things first, and I feel bad for having left y'all out. So I do genuinely want to apologize for not doing that. But background in terms of like, how did this thing happen? How long has this been going on? I would say this is 2026. So in 2024, I read, where is that book? 2024, I picked up this book. It's called Get Signed by Lucinda Halpern. I saw an Instagram post from a friend of mine, Rich and Regular. I was on their YouTube channel a while back. Great friends of mine. But I saw an Instagram post about that book, about, you know, how do you get an agent, do all that type of things, all that type of stuff. Read the book, liked the book, made a book proposal. A year had passed. Got an agent, got signed, and now I'm in that whole like you got a deadline, and the book is due in January-ish of 2027. That's the goal. But I gotta get the writing done. So I've written several chapters. There's a lot of editing and cleaning up I gotta do between now and then. But I've already done interviews with some of y'all, right? Some of y'all, a bunch of experts, economists, professors, things of that nature. So there's a lot that happens between now and then. But that's what's going on in the background. You absolutely, if you haven't subscribed yet, you absolutely want to subscribe because it's going to get real spicy between now and then. And if you're not on the email list, I will be sharing a bunch of things that I have, things that won't make the book. I guarantee you won't make it. I already did one email. Some stuff you won't know that won't make it, but I can tell you now, I did an email about gambling. It's just not gonna fit. That made it into the Building Bread Brief about how many things are, and I know I'm rambling, I'm sorry, another apology, about how gambling, not just about sports gambling, but how that has evolved into the news space, where like CNN has entered into a partnership with a gambling company where they're, hey, is it gonna snow today? Is it gonna be 10 inches or 5 inches? Gamble right now on the event contracts. We talked about it in the Robinhood video of how that has become a thing. You can check out that video here. Those things, stuff like that, like I would love to have put in it, but it just doesn't fit for the scope of that book. So you want to be on the email list for updates on the book, but also like samples of like, oh, we getting into that type of stuff, sort of writing style, if you haven't really seen me write recently. So I've been in, Forbes, Business Insider, but that's like, 5 years ago. So you want to check out the email list, buildingbread.com/news. I do drop a newsletter every 2 weeks. It gives me time to figure out what is worth digging deep into and, write more deeply rather, on those particular topics, because the news is moving fast, and gives me time to do other stuff like write this book as opposed to doing it daily or anything like that. So that is what is going on in the background. I am talking to clients every day, shooting videos like this, and writing a whole book. So for those who have been cheering me on and supporting me, especially through that rough layoff time, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's what's been, what I've been trying to pull together. And the people who have been watching up to this point, I appreciate you too, especially because I have always said, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. And the fact that I've been staying ready by getting that started in 2024 is the thing that's sustaining me now in 2026. So that's why you want to stay ready, because I didn't know what was going to happen in 2025. So that type of stuff is why you want to stay ready. So, we'll see what continues to happen down the line. That doesn't mean that everything is over. That layoff was not fun. But now, as a business owner, you gotta make stuff shake. So we'll see. We're gonna do some workshops and speaking gigs, because bills still need to get paid, and you gotta figure out, how do you want to structure your business and all that stuff. So anyway, I appreciate y'all again. I'm sorry for not bringing it to y'all first. I feel like I betrayed my people. So it may not be as serious, but I value that transparency. And I told everybody else. I feel like I really should have told y'all too. So thank y'all for rocking with me for this long. We will continue with our regularly scheduled programming. All right, I will catch y'all later. Bye.